Morning, or good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this, I guess. My name is George Lowen. I'm the consumer economics and accounting teacher this semester. So your child is enrolled in my consumer economics class. Um, I've been here a long time. This is I've been teaching for 31 years, right? I taught previously for 5 years at a really small school in downstate Illinois called Princeville High School. Then I was at Richwoods High School in Peoria for about 4 years, and then in 1998 I came up here, and I've been at LT since then. So been here a while. I'm one of the old timers, right? I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, actually a suburb called Wauwatosa, which I'm sure nobody's ever heard of. I'm a cheesehead, Packer fan. That's okay. Um, I love teaching this class. I really do. This is one of the probably most practical classes I think we teach at LT. I think it's a class that kids, I think, enjoy. I hope enjoy. But I think they really don't get the benefit of it until they've been outside, until they leave LT or college and living on their own. So we're teaching them life skills, things that they need to know to survive in the outside world. Everything from doing taxes to doing a resume, knowing how the stock market works, not getting ripped off, writing complaint letters, a lot of things that I think are helpful to them as they're going on, into adulthood, right? I get emails from former students that they think it's helpful to them, even things like when to get a credit card, getting loans, things like that we teach them that I think are helpful to them. There are 9 units that we go through. We started with econ. We're having a quiz today and tomorrow on econ. Then we get into careers. We talk about taxes. I actually have them do a 1040 form, state and federal, the benefits of taxes, what they go for, why raise them, why lower them, that kind of thing. We discuss budgeting. We discuss credit, investments, insurance, a lot going on with Obamacare. Will it be around a year from now? What is it? Why should we care? Things like that, right? How should they be prepared for life? Some of the work is done in groups. We have what we call formative and summative assessments. Formative assessments are things that we used to call homework when we were in college, when we were in high school. It doesn't count as part of their letter grade, but we do mark them as having it done or not, right? So it's things that will lead them to be successful on tests and other big summative assignments. Summative assignments are assignments done for a grade, letter grade. That's what counts, right? The other ones are designed to prepare you for that. It's an LT thing, so that's something new we're doing this year. We will be doing it regardless of this whole remote learning coronavirus thing. It's the direction we were heading in anyway. So that's a big change for us and for kids, I'm sure. As I said, some kids get a chance to do some group work. We realize that the socialization is not there, right? They don't eat lunch with each other. They don't go through passing periods with each other. They don't come in early. They can't bond like they normally do. So we try and find ways to get them to interact with each other. We use Zoom breakout rooms for that purpose. It's still a learning process for us and for them, so I think kids are still getting used to it. It's not a situation where they just have adapted immediately to it. There's no final exam in here. That's another direction we are taking with this class and with a lot of classes here at LT. A couple reasons. First of all, everything we're doing in this class is kind of more centered on projects, project basis. Again, we're having them do a resume, fill out a 1040, state and federal. We're having them fill out job application and go through why did certain people ask questions, why they don't ask other questions, what can you ask, mock interviews. We will have them do a stock market portfolio project, right? We'll have them buy a car, not really obviously, but trade in a car, find the trade-in value of their current car, pick a car they want to get, look for credit terms, what's going to be the interest rate for that car, can they fit it in their budget? We'll have them find an apartment. They have to decide on a career that they want to have, right, later in life, and a city in which they want to live in. So for example, they want to be an accountant and live in Denver. We have a project where we have them research how much an accountant in Denver is going to make, right? Then we have them find an apartment in Denver. We have them do a budget, right? We have gross pay, we have them do the taxes, what is their net pay? That's what the bells sound like. Then after they figure out their net pay, divide it up. And can they afford their apartment? Can they afford to buy the car that they want to buy, right? Can they afford insurance? Kind of tying it all together. That's taking the place of a lot of the quizzes and tests we've been doing. We think it's a good change, right? It's also is a better solution for them during this e-learning, remote learning. We find that if we just give recall tests like we've been doing, like a lot of classes have been doing, the way we probably learned, right? It's a lot easier for kids to kind of have their notes right in front of them and be able to answer those questions. So at the very least, we want to make them like open book quizzes, something where they can apply what they've learned to a situation rather than just recalling things that might be in their notes right in front of them. A little bit better learning experience, I think. I think they get more out of it, right? It's a little different for me this year. How? Well, I'm in a room all by myself for the whole day, talking to a screen with kids in the screen. Not used to that. It's changed for me, but it's okay, right? We all should have new experiences, and so far it's been a good experience. Kids have been pretty good. Adapted pretty well, not too many frustrations. I think they've had a pretty good attitude. I thank you for your good attitude, your patience, your understanding as we kind of all learn together. What things can you do to help? You can encourage your child to be there on time. We're hearing from Dr. Waterman that a few students are maybe showing up a little bit late, right? Maybe leaving a little early, maybe turning their screen off, their camera off, and doing other stuff instead of paying attention, right? So typical things kids do, right, in Zoom sessions. So what you can do is encourage your child to be there, be on time, or be early even. Check into the Zoom session, stick around the whole time. We're trying to find ways to interact with them and keep them interested, keep them attentive, but leave their camera on, right? So we can see them to get to know their faces, get to know their expressions, get to know if they're not paying attention, maybe what we can do to kind of pull them back in, and just make sure attendance is correct, right? Make sure they're really there. Other things you can do is, again, ask how it's going, right? Let me know if you have any feedback for me. Things that you think are working great in other classes. We're all learning this together. We're all kind of going through the same learning process. Some teachers are a lot more comfortable than others. I'm probably about the middle, right? But a lot of teachers have some great ideas that we would love to be able to incorporate in classes, and maybe they'll be successful for us too. Anyway, what can you do otherwise? If you have any specific questions, you can email me, Lowen, first initial last name, lths.net. I don't know how we're going to do parent-teacher conferences. I don't think anyone really knows at this stage. I'm looking forward to getting back to face-to-face, right, in person, at least making the step toward hybrid. It'd be great to have the kids back in the room. But, you know, until then, this is the way we're going, and we're doing our best. And so far, I think it's been a good experience. I hope it's been. Again, if you have any information, just contact me. And otherwise, look forward to meeting you, parent-teacher conferences. Thanks again.